Hi REYNAS, it's me Vijay Reyna back at it again with another video. I'm not sure if you clicked on this one or if you clicked on my swimsuit top 10 first. If you haven't, go ahead and check out my top 10 for my swimsuit. It is already on my channel. This video will be posted afterwards. But if this is your first video, welcome. Hi, I'm Vijay Reyna. I'm a pageant vlogger. If you want to join the Reyna family, which is what I call my subscribers, hit the subscribe button down below and you can become a Reyna too. If not, no worries, but I know you'll click it eventually, okay? All right, so let's get into it. You guys, I already explained this in my swimsuit video. Miss Grand International has copyright striked 3 of my videos already, allegedly. So I cannot post any clips or anything from the Miss Grand International preliminary competition because if I get another copyright strike, my channel can be taken down. So we're going to just talk. We're going to talk like we're friends, okay? I'm going to give you guys my top 10. I will be live streaming the finale, okay? So be on the lookout for that. And I'll be posting my top 10 overall, my leaderboard, my thoughts, who I think is going to be top 10 or top 20. I'll be posting that tomorrow. It'll be around 9 to 10 p.m. CST, which is in the US, or 9 to 10 a.m. Saturday if you're somewhere like Asia, for example, because a lot of my viewers are from Asia. So be on the lookout for that video. I'll be posting that then, but for now, go check out my top 10 for swimsuit and then make your way back here if you want. Okay, you guys, let's get into it. I'm just gonna say this right now. I made my list based off of what I feel. My top 10 right now is based off of technique. It's off of interaction with the camera. How was eye contact? How was your energy? How was your aura, your presence? How was your pasarela? That's what I base my top 10 off of. I was not considering too much about the beauty. Of course, if a contestant was stunning, it was going to obviously influence their score a little bit. But when I make my top 10 or 20 for Miss Grand International, my actual leaderboard, I will take beauty and facial beauty into consideration. Obviously, that will be subjective because it's my opinion of what's beautiful, and beauty is different for everybody. Someone who is beautiful to me may not be beautiful to you, and that's why we have the comment section, so you guys can let me know your opinions. And the reason why I'm making that disclaimer is because beauty does play a role at Miss Grand International along with popularity. So we cannot, for this competition, ignore that fact, right? We can't just look at the pasarela and say, okay, well, they're a really good walker, so that should be good enough. However, for my top 10 in evening gown, it is going to be based off of their technique because this is not my leaderboard overall. This is just my top 10 for evening gown, the performances that I really enjoyed, okay? So let's get into it. At number 10, I have España, Spain. So Spain, to me, a little bit disappointed. I think she is stunning. I mean, I think she's absolutely drop dead gorgeous. But I was hoping that she was going to come out here and just kill the entire competition. Like, honestly, I had high hopes that she could be one of the tops. After the prelims, I'm not too sure. I feel like there's a lack of energy. There's a lack of grandness. I think she would be good for Miss Universe. But I think for Miss Grand, I'm looking for just a little bit more sobrang, a little extra, you know, a little bit more grand. So, yeah. Number 9 is UK. The UK was beautiful. I loved her rose dress. I loved how she took out the rose. The reason why she's a little bit lower than I anticipated for my list for the evening gown competition is because I feel like there was a little bit of fluidity issues when it came to her pasarela. I just wanted to see a little bit more fluidity. I've seen Miss UK perform during the welcome ceremony in her dress. I mean, she was just a top-notch performer. So I wanted to see that level of performance, that level of fluidity from Miss Grand UK. And I just feel like in this performance, she was a little bit focused on what to do next and really making sure she landed that little gimmick with the rose. So I want her to just be a little bit more present on the stage. And I think that will bump her up for sure. Okay. Number 8, we have Czech Republic. This girl is just stunning. I think I've noticed her facial beauty and her beauty overall for a while, but I definitely think during the evening gown she was stunning. She did have a little bit of a malfunction in the beginning where she kind of tripped, and I would have liked her to take off the robe a little bit sooner. I don't think she had to take it off so soon, right? Like, she could have kept it on for a little bit, but I do think she kept it on just that extra 10 or so seconds too long, right? So if she would have just taken it off a little bit early, I think it would have been good because there's this buildup of anticipation to see what she has underneath. But then it kind of was like, oh, okay, are you gonna take it off, girl? And I feel like we didn't get enough time to appreciate that stunning dress underneath, and it truly was stunning. I mean, she looked amazing. Number 7 is none other than Mexico. I have my list here, sorry. Miss Mexico to me is just gorgeous as well. Love her, love her, love her. I had a really hard time not putting her in my top 10 for a swimsuit, and I think honestly she was tied for a top 10. I had a lot of standouts that were tied, and I just had to make my cuts. I'm happy to have her in the evening gown section. For me, Miss Mexico's gown was stunning. She looked stunning. This is probably one of the strongest Miss Mexicos, not just at Miss Grand, but overall for me. I do know that Mexico placed in the top 3 or whatever in the last edition of Miss Universe, but that Miss Mexico to me was like, okay. This one to me is just gorgeous. I would love to see her at Miss Universe if she's not to place high or win the crown this edition at Miss Grand. Number 6 is Ecuador. So I did like her dress. I thought it was very different. I think Ecuador is a strong contender in this batch, in this edition. For me, what's really holding Ecuador back is just the styling and the face. The facial beauty, she's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. She's just not my type of beauty personally. I do want to see some more dramatic makeup because of that. Like, I think they need to just go in on that makeup, okay? Like, they need to just drag her out, like, drag queen her out. You know what I'm saying? Like, just put it on, put it on. This is Miss Grand International, so you can go a lot more, right? I want to see like overlined lips in Ecuador. I want to see like a smoky eye, just bold, okay? And I think that will really elevate Ecuador in general. Number 5 is Zambia. Zambia had that beautiful red dress. Just again, like I've said, if you watch my swimsuit top 10, you'll know that I had her there too. Zambia, since the beginning, for me, has been extremely underrated. I think that she's such a queen. I love, love, love her. She's just a model. She knows what she's doing. She's so comfortable. She's not like nervous at all. I mean, you have to remember, Zambia is not a pageant country, okay? You would think that someone coming from a non-pageant country would be a little bit more maybe nervous because perhaps the support that they have, such a large competition, is not the same as other countries. But I mean, kudos to Team Zambia. I don't know, whoever girl is on your team or whoever's coming up with your package, your training, your dresses, kudos to them because this might be the best Miss Zambia that I've seen in a long time. Number 4 is the Philippines, Emma Mary Tiglao. So I do love that she had some beaded adornments on her shoulders. I think that her dress was a nod to some of the tribes in the Philippines. I do wish that that same material on the upper half just kind of went all the way down. I think that would have elevated the dress. And I think that she did a really good job working with a dress. There's not really much I have to say, honestly. There's not much critiques that I have for Emma. I think she did a beautiful job. And I think that she'll get a top 5 with that performance. So I don't really have much to say. It was just that I enjoyed the other 3 ladies above her a little bit more. But there's nothing really that I did not enjoy about Emma, if that makes sense. So it's not so much she's 4th because there's something that I didn't like. It's just that I liked the other 3 a little bit more. At number 3, I have Guatemala. So Guatemala for me has been a really strong contender. I love this dress. I will say during the welcome party where she had that black dress on and that hair, the really coiffed hair during that welcome party, I liked that styling just a lot better. I think that it just suits her a lot more. With that said, she still looks stunning. Don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, the girl is just stunning in general, but I did prefer the other dress that was black during the welcome party and that hairstyling as well. I think that was just, oh my gosh, like elite. But she did a really great job. There's, again, no comments that I really have to make. She's a great queen. She knows what she's doing. I don't see her not going far. Like, she has to go far for me. Number 2 is Thailand. So my number 1 and number 2 were so hard. I mean, they were really, my top 5, whenever I make a top 5, like my top 5 was really like interchangeable. Like any one of these girls could, you know, make it to the top. Now, again, we're talking about Miss Grand International. So there is considerations like facial beauty, popularity. And this is just my top 10 based off of technical skills, not overall, right? So I'm not saying that, because I think Thailand, I mean, she's number 2, but I think she could be number 1 very quickly, especially with her popularity and her social media presence and her following. Yeah, and she's a beautiful girl. That dress was stunning. Her performance is stunning. Again, Thailand just has this down to a formula. She knows what she's doing and she knows what she needs to do. And there's only one girl, I think, that is my number 1 spot, which is Miss Grand Ghana. everything about Ghana is great. There's not a single thing about Ghana that I can really point out. I mean, she's just stunning. I think that the gold was a beautiful thing, and Ghana is the Gold Coast, right? If you don't know, Ghana is known as the Gold Coast because they harbor a lot of gold. So I think the gold was just a very fitting and a very great note to her nation as well. And I don't know, I'm proud of Ghana. She's just done such a good job. She came so prepared. Again, not from a pageant country, not a country that is necessarily really recognized in the world of pageantry, but she's just, I mean, if this is not about popularity, if it's not about votes, if it's not about any of that, Ghana, she should be going far. She should be going far. Miss Grand International last year was pretty fair, the results. So I have a hope at least, and I feel like Miss Universe Talent was pretty fair as well. So I have hope that, you know, if she does do a really good job, and she's a great, phenomenal speaker. So if all goes well, I have hope that she has a chance to win the crown. So yeah, you guys, that's my top 10. I would love to know down in the comments below who your top 10 is, if you guys agree. If you disagree, that's okay. Just let me know down in the comments below who you are looking, or who you enjoyed the most, I guess, during the evening gown competition. Again, it doesn't have to be the same as mine. I welcome a difference of opinion because honestly, I love to hear you guys' opinions. But it's not what you say, how you say it. So if you don't like what I said, it's okay. Just put it in the comments below. Also, reminder, powerhouse countries cannot be #1 every time. Get out of your ego. If you think that Ghana doesn't deserve to be there because she's not a powerhouse country and you are, that's just unfair. Okay, we are not going to be biased on this channel. I'm going to tell you guys the truth, and I'm going to tell you what it is. A lot of times, powerhouse countries are on the top of my list because they just have the resources and the training, so they're just naturally really good. But every once in a while, you'll have a shining star like Miss Grand Ghana or Miss Grand Guatemala or Miss Grand Zambia who are giving the girls a run for their money, and we love it because who wants to see the same country on top every time? It's boring. I'm Indian, and I don't even have India on my list at all because if I was biased, I would just put India at #1, but I don't, so it is what it is. Nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you again want to join the Reyna family, which is what I call my subscribers, consider hitting the subscribe button down below. Also, and you'll be a Reyna. Also, follow me on social media. I have Instagram and TikTok. It's in the description, link down below. And if you DM me and message me, just be a little bit patient. I'll probably respond on the weekends because of work, okay? Again, I am live streaming the finale, you guys, so be there or be square. What else? I think that's it. Yeah, give this video a thumbs up. As always, maraming salamat po. Kampung ka, terima kasih, shukriya, shukran, tanyawad, dhanwad. Muchas gracias, shesheni, arigatou gozaimasu, and thank you so much.